thanks very much for coming today for our 10th anniversary group exhibition, Summer Sojourn. Time flies. I can't believe it's 10 years already. I can still remember 2009. We were at Bondi Junction. We started in September, and so we had our first Summer Sojourn end of year group exhibition there. And I can't imagine back then that we'd be here in such a fantastic space and with fantastic artists with us, you know, to have this exhibition again. And in fact, I remember we did have Jimmy opening one of our exhibitions in Bondi Junction, and so it's fantastic to have him back again, opening this, you know, our 10th anniversary exhibition. There's lots of people I want to thank actually. First of all, I'd like to thank all our artists, because without artists, there's no gallery. And so, I mean, and it's a fantastic group of artists. I think of them as my family. And this year has been a particularly good year, and they've all done very well this year. So we look forward to, you know, more of this in future. I think I intend to be active and healthy for the next 20 years. So even though it's 10 years, it's only a third of the way. But beyond that, all artists need an audience. So without all the supporters here, and I'd like to thank all of you to be here today. And for the last 10 years, you've been turning up, you know, at our openings and so on. So without an audience, you know, without people who appreciate art, then artists can't survive either. So again, thank you, all of you, for your support over the years. But today we have Jimmy Barnes, who doesn't need an introduction. In fact, a lot of people ask me, is Jimmy going to sing? So yeah, so it's fantastic that Jimmy is here, and obviously Kay Mahoney is one of our artists. Unfortunately, she's not here today. She's got to go with her daughter to Italy for a lot of fencing sort of competition. But Kay is Jimmy's sister-in-law. So and Jimmy is an art collector. He's got a lot of Kay's work.
Funny enough.
Yeah. So I'd like you all to put your hand together and welcome Jimmy Barnes.
Thank you very much. By the way, I had to just get Kay's art because I live next door and I'm a brother-in-law. I actually really like it a lot, and so I bought a lot of it. I'd like to start by acknowledging the traditional owners and custodians of the land and pay respects to elders past, present and future, because we have to do that, and that's good. This is the summer Sojourn that's gone on for 10 years since 2009. I don't think I've spoke at the 2009, but I think I'll just come back every 10 years from now on, and just make it a special occasion. That way I can learn about art as I go. This is particularly exciting for a lot of reasons. Of course, that it is the 10th anniversary, and it's taking place here in the Art Atrium's new space, which I think is really great. It's really good light, really, you know, it's a good creative space. I've actually painted in here, I've sang in here, I've rehearsed my band in here. I think somebody's tried to teach me to dance in here. Wasn't very successful, but we had to go at it. Kay and Scott took over this building from Jane and I. We owned it, but they took over 10 years ago as well. So it's all sort of it's sinking in well here. And at that time we'd applied, we thought it'd be good to have sort of a cafe or an art space or music space in the area. And when Kay and Scott took over the place, we were really glad that they continued on. They kept applying for the rights to be able to do that, and eventually, with a lot of hard work from Scott and a lot of drive from Kay, they managed to get it open and up and running, which I think is fabulous. This marks the beginning of a big growth time in Botany. I think, you know, I've lived in Botany now for about 16 years, and I don't know if people know it, there's a recording studio next door that side, there's a recording studio next door that side. Like I've said, we've rehearsed, we've made music in here, we've had parties in here, we've painted in here. So this particular corner of Botany is already quite a creative space. But in living here for the last 15, 16 years, and I've walked my dogs around the parks and the streets here, I've met so many up-and-coming and established artists of all different types, musicians, painters, and in this area. And I think the fact that it's an inner city, it's 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 close to everything here, and it's got a really gritty feel to it. I've lived in a lot of different parts of Sydney. I like this place a lot because it feels like a community. One of these places where I've had people ring me from across the road and say, "Hey Jimmy, somebody's looking at your car. Can you get out here and have a look?" So they all look out for each other, and I think as far as that helps people be relaxed and helps people create. So this is a very special little corner of the world here, I think. I'm thrilled to look at all the diversity of work in the place. I mean, it's really exciting. I think, obviously, if anybody knows our families, we're very diverse families. We have, Aboriginal, Asian, Scottish, Australian, all blended in together here. It's a lot like this exhibition, actually. So it's really cool. You can see the diversity in all the forms here. There's a mix of Asians, Australian, Indigenous, and European artists, young and old artists. Emerging talents and also very established talents. The people have won a lot of great prizes, including the Archibald, the Wynne, the Shulman. So it's great, and a lot of these arts are also these artists. They go around the world at the biennials and art fairs around the world. So it's really important that there's different types of media. There's paintings, there's sculptures, there's assemblages. Photography. So I just think it's really great again that nobody's being tied down to one thing here. It's about expression and about feel and about and creativity, and that's the most important thing about being here. There's landscapes, abstracts, and conceptual-based works. We've got Asian people who've modelled their art on Australian works, and Australian artists who are modelling on Asian works. It's really great. I think it's a really cool thing. But like I said, I'm particularly a big supporter of Kay's work, just because I like her enthusiasm. Her work is beautiful and has a lot of light and a lot of life to it. But I love the fact that she could have just came here and kept a space to stand around and paint and do her own thing. But she wanted to make a space that was creative for everybody to use and for art to be seen. I think in this day and age, the more art we can get out and more we can share art with people, the better the place is going to be. This show clearly champions that diversity and cross-pollination, and it's critically important at the moment, particularly in the world, in the state it's in. When you think about leaders all over the world who are pursuing racist and exclusionary and xenophobic and intolerant policies. This is exactly the opposite of that. This is about inclusion. It's about sharing. It's about being open, and it's about communication. And I think I'm very, very happy to be associated with it. Simon, congratulations on putting on such a great show. Scott, I don't know if you know Scott, but we have a saying here. Scott's married to Kay, and Kay is one of these people. Whenever Kay can get a lot done because I hear Kay say, "Scott can do it." And it's actually become a bit of a catchphrase for the family. If there's anything we can do, we say, "Can Scott do it?" Yes, he can. And he's very capable, and he's done a wonderful job here, Scott. And so thanks to everyone that supports the arts and all its diversity. And I hope you'll be buying some of these gems today. And I hope that you come back to the space in the future. Please, I'm sure if you speak to Scott and Kay and Simon, there'll be you can find a way to use the space. You don't have to be a painter or a sculptor. You can be a singer, an actor. I've got friends who are going to do vocal classes in here, and I'm sure my kids will be in here throwing parties. So thanks very much for coming, and I hope you enjoy the afternoon.
Thank you, Jimmy. So I want all our exhibiting artists to come up here so we can have a group photo taken for our anniversary.
I think we're gonna have to have 2 rows. 2 rows. Yep.
already.